Hi Leo, welcome to your February 2022 Tarot Scope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Leo, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and interactions with the world at large over the course of this month, you get... Okay, that card seems to want out. So you get the Three of Cups. This is a month of celebration. It's a month of fun. It's a month of networking, getting together with people. This actually would be a really good time for you to do some socializing and or networking. This would be a really good month for you to tap into your innate energies of charisma and charm and suaveness, right? This is a year for you to really delve into who you are and utilize that to tap into your networks, to maybe start doing some networking or reaching out to people. The other thing with the Three of Cups as an actions card, it basically says this is the month to get back to enjoying life, right? That's not to say that you don't work hard, and if you are a Leo, I talked about this in the 2022 video, like this first 2 months of the year, you got to hit it hard, right? You got to go. And then when you get to about March, you can take your foot off the pedal a little bit, but you know, you're gonna have to keep consistent, right? So I'm not saying don't work this month, but what I am saying is do get back to that energy of being able to enjoy yourself as well, all right? This is going to be important for you. When it comes to your communications and conversations, you've got that Eight of Wands. This is a lot of communication. This is a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment. This really does feel like a very social month for me. Like, I feel like this is going to be a month where you're having a lot of laughter, a lot of joy. Maybe you're connecting more with people via social media. Maybe you're connecting more to groups. For some of you as well, this could be a mentor of some sort that comes in. Somebody that is teaching you, somebody that is assisting you, somebody that's helping you perfect your ideas. Very, very possible. If you are planning to take any form of learning or, you know, upgrading any sort of skill, this month is highly favored for that as well. That Eight of Wands suggests that your ability to process information this month is going to go through the roof. And this suggests a lot of communication. Whenever the Eight of Wands shows up, things tend to speed up anyway. And when it shows up in the communication sector, it means there's going to be a lot of emails, a lot of text messages, lots of working on stuff. And for those of you Leos, this month as well, January was the same. Lots going on behind the scenes, lots of hard work, lots of patiently, diligently working away on something or with something. So I like this for you guys. I like this for you a lot, actually. You've got this with that Three of Cups. Remember to have fun as well, right? Work hard, but play hard as well. And by that, I don't mean go out and get absolutely trashed every weekend. What I mean is remember to make time for fun. Remember to take time to switch off. Remember to take time to do things that you find fun, that you find relaxing. There's space for that this month. I don't know why, but just I feel like this is going to be a more social month than you've had in a long time. For your heart and half, or your love sector, you've got the King of Swords. So usually an air sign male, Aquarius, Gemini or Libra. But this, you know, doesn't have to be. This could just be an air sign person, or it could be somebody who's very, like, Leo can do all of the official stuff, but you tend to be a bit more diplomatic, whereas the King of Swords is a bit more professional. So I'm going to wager this could be a teacher, it could be a mentor, it could be a guide of some sort. You might find that this... you know, that there's definitely someone showing up that could fulfill that role. For a select few of you, this could be you maybe being quite smitten with somebody that is in a position of authority. So maybe this is somebody that you work with, that could be a boss or a supervisor, etc. This could just as easily though be somebody that works in your field that you really respect, somebody that you really look up to. This could be somebody that really takes a shine to you because of the way that you do what you do, right? You've got all that charm, that charisma, and this month it looks like you're, you know, that stuff is oozing out of your pores, which is great. It just suggests that the person that you're likely to connect with or is connecting with you, if you're single that is, they're going to be a bit more, I don't want to say aloof because that's not fair, but they are going to be a little bit like, you're quite passionate, energy, fiery. You know, not all Leos are in your face, and I've talked about this to, you know, loads of times, and I truly believe that there's a whole spectrum for every sign. And, you know, Leos tend to be split into two camps. You've got the ones that are a bit more like me, you know, a bit more loud, a bit more bouncy, a bit more, kind of like Tigger energy, right? That's me. A bouncy, fuzzy sort of, you know, happy-go-lucky type, who's a bit theatrical. Or you get the, what I call the silent dignity types, who are a bit more reserved, a bit more, you know, they've got the passion, the suaveness, the charisma, they speak well, they're very diplomatic, but there's a quietness about them. I kind of feel like this person maybe appeals to that side of you, and that's not to say that those of us that are more like Tigger don't have this, because we absolutely do, especially when I meet new people, because Leo is my ascendant. So when I meet new people, I'm very reserved. Like, I will like to kind of figure them out, see, you know, who are you, like how much of me is going to be too much for you. Yeah, real sorry. But yeah, I feel like they are a little bit more stoic, and they are the balance to whatever type of Leo you are. So, you know, there's definitely a meeting of minds here as well. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, the profession, the work, the partner's job, you know, the partner's job, partner's career prospects, all seem to be really leading somewhere that could be quite serious for them. And when I say serious, it doesn't mean like, oh, you know, they're getting fired or anything like that. It's just their career might start to become really important to them. Maybe they're just making headway in their field after years of really slogging it, and now the results are starting to come through. Now they're really starting to elevate. Now they're really starting to come up trumps, and it's like, wow, you know what, we envisioned this for you. I've stood by you all the way, and now it's starting to happen for you. And, you know, this kind of feels like you're really happy for them, and they're really happy for themselves, but it's like it's all being downplayed. No, darling. You know, celebrate it. Celebrate the wins when they show up. When it comes to your money and materials, you've got the Fool card. New things, new places, new people. This love interest, for those of you that are single, maybe an Aquarius, it's possible. That money, finances and resources, though, you've got the Fool card. This is new ways to make money. This is a fresh start when it comes to your finances, your resources. It's a fresh start in your career in some way, shape or form for some of you. A fresh start in a partner's career where they're going to the next level. This is you discovering new ways to make money. And it's also projects and ideas that you've put a lot of time, effort and energy into now take on a kind of like a life of their own. The thing that I love about the Fool card for money is it suggests that things are easy, right? Things just tend to go in your favor, and the more you kind of allow them to be what they're going to be, the better it's going to be for you, and the easier as well. When it comes to your first week of the month, you have the Chariot card, right? So lots of fun, lots of enjoyment, potentially for some of you around that new moon. There is either travel or some sort of enjoyment or get together that's going on. Very possible. It wouldn't be a surprise to me as well if in the first and the second weeks of the month you're hearing news or getting news from overseas in some way, shape or form, or maybe there's an international connection that comes in. For your second week of the month, you've got the Tree of Life, right? I call this the Divine Intervention and Assistance card. So in a way, if I were to simplify that, it's divine blessings and divine protection, right? That's the, to simplify it down even more, that would be how it shows up. You've got this with that Eight of Wands. This is a mentor. It's you know, a mentor that becomes a friend, a mentor that becomes a partner. It is, for those of you that are single, potentially it's a meeting of minds. It is, you know, the right opportunity showing up for you in the right space at the right time. It's lots of communication coming in, and likely from afar, emails, text messages, phone calls, Zoom calls, Skype calls. There's just a lot going on here, and some of it really does feel, dare I say the word, fated. How exciting is that? All right, for your third week of the month, you've got the Hanged Man, right? So I will say this, whoever it is that's showing up for you over the course of this month may show up around the third week of the month, but it's going to be very slow to start and develop, right? It's not going to be like a bam, I'm here, and there's fireworks, and you know, you're running towards each other in slow motion, and it's not going to be any of that. It's just going to be this very sort of slow, steady, maybe like a spiritual acknowledgement. I see you, you see me. I wonder what, you know, what if anything there is going to be. And it's like it develops slowly, right? Really, really slowly. It's not going to be like a, and if anything, that's actually the best way for it to happen, because it gives you time to really be clear on whether this is your person. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is the results of the commitment. And I kind of feel like that Hanged Man, it's not talking about delays, it's talking about you now being in a space where you're ready and able to be a bit more self-sacrificing. And I know Leos have done a lot of this over the last 2 to 5 years, actually, right? So don't get me wrong, this isn't about, you know, just putting yourself to the side. But it's about kind of looking at your partner and saying, you know what, we've worked towards you having this moment for the longest time. I'm here supporting you the whole way, but you soak this in, and let's soak this in together so that you can have your moment. And this is the thing as well that people don't get about Leos. And Leo ascendants and Leo moons. Yes, we like to be adored and admired, and yes, we, you know, some of us like the limelight or whatever. But what's also fair to say is when we see somebody else shine, we love that. Like, that is so attractive and wonderful and you know, fun and momentous and miraculous to us. Like, I speak for myself, I don't know about everybody else, but I feel like I speak for a lot of the Leonine community. We love to see people shine, we love to see people succeed, because that to us is important, you know, like recognition for what you do and the hard work and the effort that you put out into the world. That's important to us. Not so much the, oh, look at me, but it's like, you know, it's important for us to see the recognition for what we've done. So I love this for you. I kind of feel in a way it's like a long time coming for those of you that are partnered. And then your fourth week of the month, you've got the Devil card. Be careful at the end of this month, while the finances are good, that could be a foolish endeavor when it comes to spending money, right? So don't let anybody convince you to buy into a get rich quick scheme, or, you know, well, yeah, you know, if you invest in this now, like you know, you're going to 10x your money within the next 3 weeks. Is it though? Right, just, you know, no, just be careful with the overindulging when it comes to spending around that last bit of the month. And then for your moons, so whenever I talk astrology, in terms of the moons, I am looking at the ascendant first and foremost, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon. So check your chart and where your houses are. So your new moon message, the new moon this month is in Aquarius, it's in the sign of Aquarius, and the new moon is in your 7th house. This is in the house of your partnerships, relationships, marriage, business partnerships, etc. For those of you that are single, if you are meeting somebody, there is a sense that you know this person on maybe a spiritual level. Your enthusiasm this month is going to be off the chain. But what's really important about this card is it's actually a very intuitive energy. You know, when you get that sort of, you know, you get excited, but you don't really know why. And then all of a sudden something good happens, or you get some really great news and you're like, oh my gosh, that's what I was feeling. That's what this new moon is going to be for you. And it's all to do with partnerships, people that, you know, are potential, you know, dating material. But for those of you that are already in partnerships, this is something to do with the partner that is being enhanced, and it's offering you both this wonderful experience. Now remember, new moons are initiation points, so this is a time for you to think about what kind of business partnerships do you want, what kind of friends do you want. When you get invited to things like, and you get sort of chances to socialize this month, go, because the chances are this is how you're going to meet people, and for some of you maybe that said person. So the full moon this month is happening in your sign, Leo. It's putting a spotlight on you, so specifically in your first house. For those of you that are ascendants, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, the full moon highlights whatever it is that it's shining on, or whatever sign it's in. And this is to do with you, your body, your looks, your physical self, your mind, your outlook, how you present to the world, and more importantly how you navigate the world is found in the first house. You are being highlighted, right? We all have that cosmic spotlight, and whether you are, you know, the Tigger type of Leo or the silent dignity type of Leo, I think we can all agree that it's nice to have a little moment in the sunshine, right? So for this, you've got the gate 32 and endurance, and what this talks about is following your instincts and taking time to enjoy the good stuff, right? Taking time to have a moment to say, you know what, life isn't always about the chase. It's also about taking those moments to rest, taking those moments to enjoy the good stuff so that we can push on to what's next. And finally, the bunnies, or the hairs actually on the card, represent proliferation. So this full moon is very likely going to at least give you the first breadcrumb on a path that could really elevate your finances and or your status. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.